The second leg of the round of 16 is to be played today, Tuesday, and a lot of teams are going to be playing. Bodo Glimt has the advantage over Sporting CP with 3 goals. Sporting CP had no reply at Norway, but Sporting CP are a very good side at home, and we know how much they do in the Champions League. But I think for the first time, I can look at this match and say it's going to be a very difficult one for Sporting to overcome because this Bodo Glimt team have done so much in trying to qualify for the UEFA Champions League. They've beaten notable teams such as Manchester City, Atletico Madrid, Inter. They are on form right now in the Champions League. They've won 5 on the bounce, so there's a lot of momentum. And 3 goals in the Champions League today is not a child's play. So I fancy Bodo Glimt to actually go on to progress to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. And then you have Arsenal to host Leverkusen. We all know how dreadful the first leg was. And Madrid is brilliant, and Kai Havertz was able to convert the penalty, and Arsenal had 1 point away from Germany. But I know this is going to be a dominant performance for this Arsenal team in front of the Emirates faithful. They are on form. They have the fan base behind them. They are full of belief. They're full of momentum. And whichever way this game is going to go, it's going to be a difficult one because Leverkusen, like I said in my previous video, that they have the joint best defense along Bayern Munich. It's going to be tough, but Arsenal are going to scale through. And then you have Chelsea, who are trailing, Paris Saint-Germain, 5-2. This is going to be a very high hill for Chelsea to climb because I feel like when a player such as Rhys James and the influence he's had in this team, is going to be absent, then there's a lot to be talked about. Pedro Neto is not going to be playing in this game as well. You look at this team and you look at players such as Casado and João Pedro to inspire these teams to victory. But I think it's doable. It's doable. But then because Chelsea are playing at Stamford Bridge, but it's going to be very, very difficult. It's not going to be easy for Chelsea. And I think Paris Saint-Germain would score a goal, at Stamford Bridge. And if Paris Saint-Germain scores a goal, at least, then it makes it more difficult for Chelsea to come back from this tie. And lastly, we're going to have, Man City, try as much as possible to do a remontada to the kings of remontada, Real Madrid. And I look at this game just like, um, the Sporting CP and the Bodo Glimt, game. I think it's going to be a very difficult test for Manchester City. They don't have any absentees. They have, most of their impact first team players available, and they're going to be looking to upset a Real Madrid team that now has Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and Carreras, who all missed the first leg available for this team. Vinicius Jr., was enough alongside Adel Goulet and, Tchouameni and the rest to make it happen. And Federico Valverde, that hat-trick he had in the first leg was, what was very, very instrumental to the position Real Madrid have in the first leg. And it's going to be an interesting tie. It's a tie that would go on to test Pep Guardiola's, team resilience this season and how much of an answer they would have to this encounter. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, drop a like and follow for more content.